Hi everyone, it's Kino here. We're going to get started in this 10-minute simple yoga class in just a moment. Okay, cool. All right. Hi everyone, it's Kino here. Thanks for tuning in to this 10-minute simple yoga for beginners. If you're just starting out, yoga can be really intimidating, so this class is a perfect place to get the basics really well situated in your body and mind. Come to a comfortable seated position and then bring your hands together. A nice long deep inhale. And as you exhale, let's softly open the eyes. Now we'll come over onto the hands and knees to build up into what's called tabletop position. So take your hands shoulder width apart, your knees about hips width apart, and this is tabletop pose. From here, we can start to move into a variety of different yoga positions. So it's really helpful to learn this as kind of your foundational beginning pose. Tabletop position helps equalize weight in the shoulders. It can help you activate your pelvic floor and your core. So let's just get stable here. Feel an even distribution of weight between your hands and your legs, your arms and legs. Now we'll use tabletop position to move into what's called cat and cow. This is where we roll through a spinal extension on an inhale and a spinal flexion on an exhale. So let's get started. Inhale as you roll through the spine, finding your way to an extension. Exhale as you round the back, tuck it under, and gaze at the pubic bone. Let's do two more. Inhale, long, deep breath in as you extend the spine. Exhale as you round the back and pull it all the way under. Okay, let's do one more. Inhale as you roll through the spine, long, deep breath in. Exhale as you round the back, tuck the head under, gaze at the pubic bone. Now we're going to do child's pose, so walk your knees close together, and then exhale, sink your hips back onto the feet, keeping the arms outstretched, top of the head down. There are two shoulder positions in child's pose. This is the first one that we have with the arms outstretched. The second one, which you might find more relaxing, your shoulders will roll forward and the hands are close to the feet. Child's pose is deeply therapeutic for your back. So you can feel your back muscles releasing, tension unwinding, and your mind calming down. Feel that for a moment. And then tune into your breath. The yoga practice is essentially a breathing practice. So let's have a nice long, deep inhale. And as you exhale, open the eyes, walk the hands forward. Now we're going to move into the downward facing dog. So curl your toes under, hands are shoulder width apart, your feet are about hips width apart. From tabletop position, remember that was our first pose, our first what's called in Sanskrit, the asana. We're going to lift the hips back and up. So really try to feel the connection into the muscles of your pelvic floor and draw the muscles of the lower belly in. And then inhale as you straighten the legs and send the hips back and up. And drop the head in. And you can gaze towards the knees or anywhere that's comfortable for you, as long as you feel an elongation through the neck. If you feel that the back is very rounded and weight is pushed forward onto the hands, then bend the knees a little so you can push weight back into the feet and pivot at the hip joints. Stay here for about 5 breaths. So you feel what's right for you. Try to keep the shoulders rolling away from the spine. If it's accessible to straighten the legs, go ahead and straighten the legs. And stay here breathing. Long, deep breath in. Long, deep breath out. Let's do a few more. Keep breathing. Long, deep breath in. Long, deep breath out. Let's do one more. Long, deep breath in. Long, deep breath out. Okay, switch your gaze forward between the hands, so look forward. Now we're going to do the warrior pose, warrior one. Inhale as you step your right foot forward, and you're going to come forward. You might need a little extra moment. Push your weight forward, come onto your fingertips. Then turn the left foot out so you can press into the left heel. Aim your knee towards aligning over your heel, but if it doesn't get there, that's okay. Then inhale, lift the chest up so you can feel really grounded through the legs. And this is the foundation of our warrior one pose. Grab the hips and just aim them gently forward, hands in prayer. We'll hold that for just a moment. Then to fully extend the arms, rotate the elbows towards each other. Let the movement come from the shoulder, arms up, a gaze forward. Stay here breathing, lifting up from the chest, nice and easy, and try to really turn your chest forward over the right side. Then let's drop the hands down, hold on to the pelvis, straighten the leg, orient forward for a moment. We're going to pivot around and do the other side. So just turn on your feet and turn your pelvis, bend the left knee, press into the right leg, make sure your right heel is on the ground. Turning the pelvis forward and draw the navel in. We find our warrior one pose on the left side. Hands in prayer. Long deep breath in. And really ground down into the pelvic floor. Then inhale as you extend the arms up. Elbows reaching towards your head. Find your center line. Find your breath. Long, steady, and deep. Feel your body. Remember that yoga is not only a physical practice, but really a spiritual journey. Exhale, take your hands to the center of the chest. Straighten the left leg. Let's turn on back into the center. And now again, let's turn the right foot out so that the heel lines up with the other heel. Now we'll move into triangle pose. You're going to find your hip joints, and then let's roll the hip joint back. So you can start to feel like, oh, the legs are in this triangle position. The muscles of the low belly pull in, and then extend your arms. Your arms may feel like you can reach down towards your ankle, or you might feel like, oh, it's more comfortable just to stay hanging. Make sure you don't push on the knee, but just stay there and breathe. Nice and easy. Keep the navel in. Pressing into the bases of the big toes. Gaze up to the left fingers. Just feel the body, don't force. We'll stay for another breath. Remember, long, deep breaths. And let's drop the left hand as you inhale. Come up, feel where your hips are, and let's pivot around to the other side. Draw the navel in, then exhale, pivot inside the left hip joint. Extend your arms. And this is triangle pose or trikonasana on the left side. Reach down. And then drawing the navel in, look up to the right fingers. Nice and easy. Stay with the breath, keeping the mind nice and calm. Nice and calm. We're almost there. Okay, let's drop your right hand down. Take both hands to the floor out in front of you, and let's walk on in. And then exhale, let's sit all the way down. Straighten the legs. Now we'll work our forward bend. Forward bend in your yoga practice is a foundational asana, but might be very challenging for you. So let's set it up well. Flex your feet. Take the fingertips next to the hips. Lift the center of the chest up. And this is the prepare for our forward folds, where you're lifting the ribs up out of the hips, keeping the breath nice and long. Steady breathing. Now walk your hands down, and you could just find that hands rest on the ground on the outsides of the shins, or you could find that you can kind of hold on to your shins, or lucky you, maybe you can hold on to your toes. Inhale, long deep breath in, exhale, forward fold. Wherever you get to, it's all good, all right? So if you're up here and you're just breathing and working the body, it's all good. Pivot at the hip joints as much as possible and avoid just hunching the spine down. All right, that's good. The navel is in, lean forward, we're almost there. Long, deep breaths. Keep the mind nice and calm. Deep breathing. A long, deep breath in. And as you exhale, let's bend the knees and shift your pelvis forward. Roll. Now, one of the most amazing benefits of yoga is having the feet up so you can move into an inverted position to your chest. Give yourself just a little squeeze in. Point the feet. We'll be here for 5 breaths. So really regulate the pace of inhale and the pace of exhale. Keeping the breath nice and deep. Eyes closed for a moment. Long, steady, deep breaths. Give me like 2 more breaths and just settle the nervous system. Keep the mind nice and calm. And as you exhale, bend the knees. Lie all the way down for a moment and just let your body rest. Notice how effective even just a few moments of yoga is to keep the nervous system in kind of a happy space. Then give yourself a big breath in as you raise the arms and legs. Exhale, let's bend. And then let's come on back up to a seated position. Did really well. Okay, hands in prayer. And as you exhale, softly open the eyes. Thank you so much for joining me in this practice. Namaste. I hope you feel a little bit of peace and happiness, and that this short, simple yoga practice is accessible enough for you to do at whatever level that you find yourself in your practice, and that you're feeling a little bit better in the body and a little bit happy in your life. Remember to keep tuning in so you can keep practicing yoga and make your world a happier, more peaceful place. If you're not a subscriber, you should totally subscribe to my YouTube channel here and turn on your notifications so that you know every time I go live so that you can practice. Okay, thanks everyone. Bye. Thank you. Thanks, Tweeto. I appreciate it. That was awesome. Thank you for that. I really appreciate it when people come on and leave me a super chat message like that. I really appreciate it. So awesome. Yay, everyone. Have a really, really beautiful day. Bye.